Welcome back to Talk of the Town. I'm sitting down with Judy Blayhut, who is on the board of directors of the Island Academy of Hilton Head, which is a brand new program here. Judy, thank you so much for coming. Island Academy is a new program on the island. It's a new private school. But just for a minute, tell me a little bit about your background in education and child development.
Well, I've been a Montessori educator for over 20 years, educator as well as head of school. I have a master's degree in human development, and I'm very passionate about alternative education and just helping children become citizens of the world.
And that's so important, and that really is one of the things that Island Academy focuses on. It's a program that is a fit for a lot of children, but not every child. Tell me a little bit about the programmatic aspects of Island Academy.
I think one of the most beautiful aspects of Island Academy is that it is really a custom designed curriculum made for really any child. And the beauty of it is it follows the child's development. As children become interested in a subject, then the teacher is able to pull in those resources to help the child learn as in-depth about that subject as they want. There are high expectations for the child to achieve academically, but it's in a way where the child has the ability to have some responsibility and say in how that's going to happen.
So there is a curriculum, but it's not necessarily the type of curriculum you would expect to see in a larger institution of learning.
Yes, it's more based on ideas, whereas the teacher observes the child and where they are in their progress. They can begin to pull in different kinds of books, materials, field trips, hands-on experiences, so that the whole process of learning becomes completely integrated with that child, rather than a teacher sort of telling a whole classroom of children what that subject matter is, and then the children just would reproduce that on a test or a worksheet. The child is actually engaging in the work and is partly responsible for that learning. So it's very collaborative with the teacher, with their classmates. It's a very beautiful process.
Now, for the students that are enrolled at Island Academy, when they get up into the higher levels, how does that work as far as college prep and college test score? Like, do they take the ACT and the SAT? Are they doing that? They're doing that, and they're taking the standardized test. And the beauty of it that we're finding with research that's come out with this style of education is we don't have to teach to these types of tests. That when children are engaged in their learning, when they're responsible for their learning, when they're working collaboratively with the adults in their environment, that they actually do better on these type of standardized tests. So they are taking those tests. They have the ability to take specific courses online, but they also have the ability, because it's individualized, to go as far in that subject matter as they want. Wow. And they can learn a year's worth of a course curriculum in 6 weeks, because they can work at their own pace, and as they're interested, they don't have to stop and start as a teacher in a traditional classroom would stop and start with each given lesson. And I was a teacher in a traditional classroom. I taught middle school social studies, and it was ancient Egypt, and it was Unit 1, Lesson 1. And then you stopped. Yes. And then the next day it was Unit 1, Lesson 2. So it was very structured. And I had some kids greatly engaged and other kids who were, bored to tears. So that's not what you're going to find at the Island Academy.
No. If you go to observe class time at the Island Academy, what you'll see is the entire group of children completely engaged. And it's mixed ages, which is another beautiful component of the program.
Well, the Island Academy is a brand new, they are just wrapping up. You just finished your first academic year.
First academic year.
And enrollment is open for the next school year.
Yeah, for 2016-17.
Really project-based.
Very much so.
And really focused on the learners.
The learners.
So where can people find some more information about Island Academy?
They can go to our website, which is online, which is...
Well, we can share that on the bottom.
Yeah, we'll share that on the bottom.
And you guys have a Facebook page?
And we have a Facebook page, and we'd love to hear from people, feedback, and to come just see the school, call the school for a tour and an interview, and just come to observe the children working. It's
It really is a
beautiful program.
unique thing to see in real time. Thank you so much for joining us,
Thank you for
Judy.
having me.
Have a wonderful week. That wraps up this episode of Talk of the Town.